on for almost 30 years. And yes, I am old enough to remember the Mighty Morphin era. And it's one of the first live action shows that really celebrated inclusion. It celebrated teamwork, and it celebrated the environment. It's also fun watching multicolored spandex heroes take on robots, or being robots taking on giant monsters. But guys, congratulations on Power Rangers Dino Fury. I'm extremely excited. And first of all, can you guys let me know who you're playing, each one of your characters? And we'll start with you, Russell.
Sure. Well, thanks again, Joseph, for having us. I am Russell Curry, and I am playing Zato, the Red Ranger.
Hunter, how about you?
I am Hunter Dino, and I'm playing Amelia Jones, the Pink Ranger.
Kai.
I am Kai Moya, and I'm playing Ollie Akana, the Blue Ranger.
Tessa.
Hello, I'm Tessa Rao, and I'm playing Izzy Garcia, the Green Ranger.
And Chance.
I'm Chance Perez. I'm playing Javier Garcia, the Black Ranger.
All right, guys, let's get into this. I am extremely excited about this season. We are back to dinosaurs. Now, let me ask you guys first. Do you guys have a favorite season of Power Rangers growing up? We'll start with you, Kai.
I remember specifically watching SPD. So I think that was Space Patrol Delta.
That's right.
That was with my uncle. My uncle is a big fan of Power Rangers. And so when I was a kid, I remember watching that one with him. So I'd say that's probably my favorite just because that's the one I remember watching all the time. So
how about you, Hunter?
I'd have to, I mean, it's probably so cliche, but it's like the classic Mighty Morphin. Just the OG. It's just a great one.
It is.
That was my favorite growing up for sure.
How about you, Russell?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah, Jason was my guy. So to be in those Red Ranger boots is an honor, honestly.
Really amazing. Chance, how about yourself?
I think I got to go with Time Force. I think Time Force was probably my favorite one. I thought the storyline was really, really cool and fun to follow.
And how about you, Tessa? I'm not sure. Did you guys have Power Rangers really? Like,
yeah, I mean, so we did. Then for quite a period of time we didn't. It wasn't the biggest thing in New Zealand when I was growing up, but I always knew about it, which I think says a lot. Like I always knew exactly what Power Rangers was, even when I hadn't ever watched an episode. I have to say Mighty Morphin because it's the OG. Hunter's correct, but also Ninja Steel, just because I have friends I like Zoe. I met Zoe and I became friends with her, and I watched the season and I was like, Zoe.
Now, obviously, this past year we were hit with a pandemic, and the audition process may have been a little bit different than what you guys were expecting. Can you kind of walk me through the audition process and how it may have differed from other experiences you may have had?
So we all kind of have different stories. Kai and I are very similar. We started back in March, and then next round was May, and then every 2-3 weeks was the next round, and then August on his birthday, we got the call.
Amazing. Have any of you guys auditioned for Power Rangers before? You have? What season?
I auditioned for Beast Morphers.
Nice. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask you, Russell. Now, how do you feel about your first fan interaction being digital versus being introduced live at PMC?
It's funny, we were actually talking about that today, of how it's so weird. Like, it'll be really cool when we finally get to meet Power Rangers fans in person. There's all these people who've just shown us so much love and support and just encouragement about how they know that we're gonna make a great season and we're not gonna let you guys down. But it's just so interesting to have all these interactions with these people that I don't get to meet in person. And like, I kind of get to form these relationships with people now so that when we are able to meet in person, I can put a face to the name, or like an in-person experience to their Instagram profile or whatever it is. But yeah, it's different, but it's unique. And it's something that we're lucky to get to experience in a unique way, as well, because we're the only ones who have had it like this. So yeah, we're special, man.
It's kind of crazy too, because as soon as you guys were announced, it seemed like the fan art just immediately started, and it was so impressive. Some of that fan art I saw, it's quite amazing. Now, Chance, this one's going to be for you. With your season going back to the roots, going back to dinosaurs, what's something that you wish to explore from the past seasons in Power Rangers?
Like something that was in a past season that we've incorporated into this?
Well,
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, something that you've seen from past seasons that you'd like to bring to this season.
Oh my gosh. I was just talking about this today. I had that exact question in my head. Just like, I think something that's really cool about past Power Rangers and also ours, I feel like just the heart of the show hasn't changed. Like you said, it incorporates friendship and it incorporates the environment and just like being good people and having those morals. And I think that Power Rangers has always stayed true to that. And I think that our show does that really well. Our season does that really well, where you can see the camaraderie, like in Mighty Morphin, you can see that friendship in them, like as actors, but also as their characters. And we have that same thing here in our season. So I think that's pretty special.
Now, were any of you guys in contact with any of the past Power Ranger actors? Mainly, I only ask because it really does feel like you join somewhat of a fraternity or sorority into this Power Ranger atmosphere. So have any of you guys had any interactions with past Rangers? And if so, was there any advice that was passed down to you that you kind of hold dear now that you're living it?
So
go ahead.
I have a few friends that I actually, before I auditioned for this season, from Dino Charge, Green, Gold, and then the guy who played Heckle. And of course, like when I first met them, someone was like, they were Power Rangers. And I was like, no way, I auditioned for Beast Morphers. And then this audition came along. And so I obviously talked to them and they definitely gave me some advice for the audition process and both some advice on like how to do certain things here and also some like really good recommendations on places to go here in New Zealand.
How about yourself, Russell? I know that you were going to jump in there for a second.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've gotten some really great just like advice and encouragement from previous Rangers. I think the two guys who've connected with us the most are definitely Brennan Mejia and Yoshi Sudarso. We actually had like a live stream playing Smash Bros against them.
Nice.
We did Dino Charge versus Dino Fury. We're probably gonna do it again soon. Those guys are really good too. They were better than I was expecting. So rematch coming soon.
And those comedians that Brennan Mejia does is quite incredible. Got to get
it's nuts.
It's insane.
His skill is insane, yeah.
But yeah, like not only were we able to bond about that kind of stuff and just have fun together, but they've given us some great advice. I think the one thing I will always remember is Yoshi was like, any chance you get to get some sleep, take advantage. Just do it. And I'm like, yeah.
Also,
that was the advice I had gotten.
Across the board, it seems that like another thing is like just make the most of every moment because it goes so quickly. And I feel like we already know exactly what that means. Like we're already like, wait, we're here now. We've got this much left. Right. So I feel like that's definitely something that we've taken because it does go very quickly.
For sure.
Well, Tessa, I actually have a question for you because first of all, this is so cool that we're getting our first female Green Ranger. I think that is super dope. Can you talk to me about just that experience alone? Because that's quite an honor. Look, the most memorable Green Ranger, at least in for most people out there, is Tommy. Now we have our first female Green Ranger, which I'm super excited about. So can you talk to me about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't realize when I first got the role that was the case. And so when I kind of found out, I was quite shocked and incredibly honored and incredibly excited. And I just think I think representation is so important. I think across the board, whether that's gender, ethnicity, sexuality, whatever it is, representing different communities is really important for the viewers to be able to see themselves in different characters. And it's really, really exciting to me that I get to be I've been given the opportunity to hopefully be that representation for maybe some girls out there that you know, quite like the color green or always wanted to be green and didn't really feel like they could be or whatever it was. It means a lot to me. And I hope I do it justice.
Look,
So I really, I
honestly,
really
She
can-
will. She'll do it justice.
absolutely. Just
said.
looking at you guys alone, it makes me excited about the new season because you're right. This does celebrate inclusion and diversity, which I'm a huge fan of. Now I have to ask Kai. This one's for you. Now this is obviously the first time you're taking part in such a legendary franchise like Power Rangers, but this is also Simon Bennett's first time really running the show. Can you talk to me about the collaboration process and working with Simon and helping develop some of the characters for around you guys?
It's been amazing. You know, from the very beginning, he's always been there. Just email away or Zoom call away. If we have any questions about a character from the start, it was like, feel free to just ask it so that you guys can fully just get into that character. And the thing that I've really liked about Simon is that he's bold. That's what he is. He goes for it, and he's doing the things that he wants to do with it, and it's looking amazing. And I'm just really happy to be working with him as his first time being, you know, the mastermind behind it all. So I'm really happy, and I think I can speak for everyone on that.
Oh yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm in his office
really
right now,
cool.
and I'm a little
Here,
intimidated.
Chance,
He's
He's
so
awesome.
collaborative too. He wants to know what you think about your character as well, which I think is a really
Cares.
he really cares, and I feel like it will show on screen, but it also really helps our experience of telling the stories that we want to tell.
now Chance, this question's for you. After you sat down and you know that you're going to be the new Black Ranger, was there any homework that Hasbro may have given you on research of past seasons that may have set the tone for the series that you guys are doing, or maybe helped inform the characters that you guys are playing?
I think it was very apparent from the jump that all of us were very familiar with Power Rangers and had watched it growing up, and it was always like something that had been in our lives at one point or another. And so I don't think there was much studying like needed necessarily, because we already knew so much about it, and like we're already so psyched to play these roles and knew what it meant to bring your heart and soul into it. And I think that's what we've done with this season.
Now, this question's for all of you guys. Is there anything particular from your background, or either whether it be athletics or Chance, music or dance or whatever it may be, to help you kind of inform your characters that we might be seeing as a part of your character development on the show?
I was a cheerleader growing up, so I think that you'll be able to see that a little bit through Amelia.
How about for any of you guys?
I think. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Russell, you go.
I think what's really, the more I think about it, yeah, I did a lot of like youth mentorship in past lives before becoming a Power Ranger. So I was like tutoring younger students, and I was an admissions counselor at one point in my life. So I think I've always had this this drive and desire to help younger people or help people with less experience become what they want to be. And I think that's sort of Zayto's role in this team, and he gets to sort of like shepherd the other ones along to becoming Power Rangers. I really love that relationship, and they get to teach him as much as they get to teach him as much as he teaches them, and I think that's a really beautiful thing.
I like that.
Amazing. Now, Kai, I have to ask you, what new experience do you get to do with Power Rangers that you hadn't done before?
Oh, is that for me still?
Oh, no, for Kai. Kai. Sorry.
Kai.
That I haven't done before. Definitely just a stunt heavy project. I've never done that before. Luckily, I've done a lot of different types of athletics growing up, so my body was like ready for it and for the physical demands of that. But this is the first time of doing like choreographed things. You know, it's kind of like a dance. It's kind of like, okay, we need to do this at this point and hit this part and hit this mark. And so I've never done that before, so that's something I'm doing now, and I love it.
Now, something that I think kind of goes underlooked sometimes in Power Rangers is just how many episodes you guys are doing per week and how much workload that is. So can you kind of walk me through how a general week on Power Rangers kind of runs? And that's for anybody.
Hunter, take it away.
Me? Um,
Sorry for putting you on the spot.
You're fine. I'm just not really sure how much we're able to say, but it definitely is a lot. It's probably more than you think. And something with most shows, we don't ever really film anything in order. Like it's never like episode 1, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4. No, sometimes like I think my very first scene I shot was from episode 2.
Wow.
So I mean, we do we have blocks and certain episodes per blocks and stuff like that. But I just don't know how much I can get into it. But it's a lot. But it's also like really cool to see how quick it can be done too. It's like we get on set and we do it, and it's like it just flows so easy. Like all of us combined with all the crew and acting, all that stuff, everybody together just make a really smooth team.
Tessa, what are you most excited for fans to see about your character? Without giving any.
That is a very hard question to answer, and also a very easy question to answer because I know, but I can't tell you. I'd say I love who Izzy is. I love who she like. I'm trying to word this in a really careful way. I think that her drive and her focus for the things that she's passionate about is something that I love about her, that I'm excited for people to see. And I think that she's somebody that people can either relate to or hopefully look up to in a lot of ways, which that really excites me.
Fascinating. Now, Kai touched on this a little bit when he talked about the collaboration process with Simon, but for the 5 of you, which one of you guys is the closest to the character they're portraying on the screen?
I'm going to argue that it's Hunter. It's
maybe
either Hunter or Chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Both of us are very equally our characters.
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you agree with that, Chance?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I feel like you're quite like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, this is a question, and you don't have to necessarily answer it, but have you heard your guys' theme song yet? You don't have to tell me what it is, but have you heard your guys' theme song?
Next question.
Next question.
Their answer. So, look, gearing up for Power Rangers Dino Fury, obviously there's almost like a Power Ranger boot camp that you guys kind of have to go through a little bit. Obviously, COVID-19 kind of affects that a little bit. But can you talk to me about the Power Rangers boot camp that you guys kind of got to go through?
Yeah, we went through a little boot camp when we first started. It was about 2.5 to, I think, 3 weeks possibly of training with the Japanese stunt team. And
not
also
all of us did.
Sorry?
Not all of us did that. Not all of us got that.
Yeah, it's true. Tessa came in like the last week, and so she had it a little bit harder than the rest of us trying to catch up, but she is nailing it and has been nailing it since she's gotten here. Yeah. So that was like the beginning of it. And also while we were doing that, we were working with a wonderful acting coach named Ella Gilbert. And she has just tried to help us find our characters and become confident actors on screen and figuring out those, little tidbits of this world. And it was, and we're still learning as we go, we're always learning, we're always growing. But that was like the bulk of that beginning part was the training.
Russell, what do you want to bring to the role of Zato that may not necessarily be on the page?
Ooh, I wasn't ready for that one. I think it's easy to write him off as just one thing, and serious and the leader, and like there's not always necessarily a lot of times to bring dimension into the leader and the Red Ranger role, just because most of what's happening in every episode is, making sure everyone's on track and getting to say it's morphin time, which I'm not going to complain about. But I think it's really easy to not notice the emotional depth and development that he goes through throughout the series, and that's what I would want to highlight, is that's probably the most interesting part of him, is is this journey that he goes through throughout the show. I can't say any more than that, but you'll get what I mean once you see this first episode, probably.
Kai, speaking of journeys, can you talk to me about your journey to being a Power Ranger and what maybe happened to you unexpectedly while being a Power Ranger, in terms of like just the surprise of just having the role and just being a Power Ranger?
The process of becoming one. So before
not necessarily the process, but maybe having the role and just any surprises along the way that you're finding being a Power Ranger.
Gotcha. Surprises. There have been many. I'd say the one that sticks out to me right now, I don't know why this is coming, but it's surprisingly difficult to speak and say things under high intensity, and you're moving around a lot and you're running around and you're doing things, and then you have to say a line and make sure that your articulation is perfect. That's
otherwise Jim will come for you.
Difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very difficult, and that's something I think I'm developing. I guess we all are getting better at that, and I guess that's just a really good thing for the rest of our careers, is speaking under pressure.
Chance, what are you most excited for fans to see about your character?
Oh man, I don't know. I think in the beginning when we were doing like character development and stuff, Javi was described to me as like, and kind of like became like a little bit of the misfit of the group. Is he's not quite sure what he wants to do. He knows that he loves music, and that's a part of him, and that he wants to go forward with that, but he's just kind of like figuring out the steps. So I think people might be able to relate to him in that way, where maybe they just graduated high school, or maybe they're in college right now and they're not sure what their major is and they're trying to figure out life. And I think that's a little bit of what he's going through, is like he wants to be someone who is important. He wants to do good, and he just doesn't know kind of like how to get there. So this is a journey for him, trying to figure out just how to become the best version of himself and what that means for him.
Now, Hunter, this question is really going to be for each one of you guys. A little fun question here. If you can kind of sum up what you're excited for fans to see using a hashtag, what would that hashtag be? Obviously, no spoilers, guys.
Yeah.
Some good questions.
I mean, if somebody thinks of a hashtag first, please have the floor.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Hashtag GOAT season.
There you go. Hashtag GOAT season. I like that one.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Hashtag changing the game.
Okay.
Yes, I like that.
Chance, Kai, you got one? Those are two good ones, though.
Hashtag be different.
Or hashtag be yourself.
Chance, what's your hashtag, my friend?
I love all those. I'm on board.
Perfect. That's perfect. Look, I'm excited to see what Dino Fury has in store for us on February 20th. I'm really excited about this new season. And guys, I appreciate all of the time you have. And look, when we get the Lightning collection of the Dino Fury action figures, I'll be the first one pre-ordering my figures. So thank you guys so much for your time. I honestly appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks
wow.
so much for
Thank you.
We can't
Amazing
wait for you to see
questions,
it.
by the way.
What's that?
Yeah.
Amazing questions.
Oh, thank you so much. Look, I'm really excited to see what you guys do with the show because, look, I'm a huge fan. I've been following the show for the last 20 plus years. So, and now I got a 5-year-old like stepdaughter that's into it too. So it's a little generational thing for me. So this is going to be a lot of fun, guys. And
Your dad's really cool. Your stepdad's really cool.
Yeah, Joe, you made me a fan of yours through all of the coverage that you did leading up to everything. And it's so fun to actually talk to you almost face to face. And your enthusiasm and your love for what we do is just like, it's an honor to talk with you, man. So thanks for having us. Yes, that's what I was looking for.
Honestly,
yes,
it's an honor to talk to each one of you guys. And I truly, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. And look, I wear my Power Ranger flag high. So thank you guys so much. I'm a champion for every single one of you guys.
Thanks, Joseph.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having us.
Enjoy the day. Thank you.